Hello and welcome to the SME Focus Show powered by MTDCNC. I'm Mark Weymouth from the Sensor Specialist Plus Automation. I aim to carry on the great work this show has done in over 200 episodes, championing the UK manufacturing sector and highlighting SMEs. My guest today is Andrew Matthews, Head of Product Innovation at Mauve Works. Mauve prints and cuts a diverse range of eco-board products in the UK. To explain that better or try and put it a bit more simply, they produce the point of sale displays, the large advertising posters, and the boards we see in supermarkets and shops. As well as producing unique special purpose packaging, they also produce toys like kids' play castle made from cardboard, and perhaps the most unexpected form of packaging of them all, they produce cardboard coffins. Hi Andrew, welcome to SME Focus.
Hi Mark. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I guess many of the viewers have spent many hours, days, whatever, of their childhood, particularly around the Christmas time, playing with and cutting up cardboard boxes. But it seems you've made a career of making interesting things out of cardboard. Can you tell me about your route into product design and how you got to continue being a child playing with cardboard?
Yeah. I was always sort of a creative person as a kid. You know, I like to sort of draw and play with Lego and all of those things. And about 18, sort of made a decision to start moving towards a degree. So I did some A-levels, did a degree in product design. Then quickly after that, I actually started as a web designer, which wasn't quite where I was expecting to go. It's just one of those things, desperate for a design job. So as a web designer for a little while. But the last sort of 20 years now, I've been working with cardboard, print and marketing, and all of those other things that you said about. Now we make some really cool kids' toys, and coffins. That's really sort of taken off, which is really unusual. It's been really diverse sort of background, but it's always been 3D, always been creative, and then working sort of in a manufacturing environment too. So. That's kind of my background, really.
Interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more about Mauve Works, what the business does, and perhaps moving on, how do you differentiate yourself from competitors?
Yeah, so Mauve Works are a print company in essence. We are a marketing business and we help promote big brands and retailers, and we support their marketing work in store in the retail environment. Mainly, that's kind of our background. So we design, print, we manage stock levels for tool stations, Specsavers. We hold lots of people's print in stock on shelves in our factory down on the south coast. And we also, we've got the equipment to produce it all as well. So that's kind of where the business is. And recently, since COVID, we've started looking at other sort of avenues, trying to pivot on kind of a dwindling sort of quiet retail sort of environment. So we looked at what else we could do really, and that's where all of these other projects kicked in, and that's where I got drawn into doing all the design work for it really. But in essence, it's been a print company for the past 50 years, run by the same family, and we're always looking for new avenues really in what we can do and use our knowledge, so
It's interesting to hear and see on your website how much you've diversified from that traditional print of the posters outside tool station showing the next big offer to then the point of sale displays, which I guess must be really interesting to design and try and come up with novel but robust and affordable solutions to display products, and now on to the toys. But what made you want to design a cardboard coffin? That's very diverse for a print company.
I mean, God, the plan was never, I think, to make cardboard coffins, but I think we looked at what else we could do with the equipment. Really, we've got some really good high-end equipment and all the knowledge, and what could we be sort of in control of? What could we create and market and sell? And the biggest thing we could think of doing, apart from sort of furniture and stuff like that, was always coffins. And we knew that cardboard was used for coffins, and we started this journey maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So kind of educated ourselves a little bit on what was around, and we thought we can do a really good job of this. We've got all the right know-how to sort of compete, really. But there was such a massive learning curve because it was so alien what we were doing to what we, my background and everyone else's. So we spoke to the right people, and we've made all the right connections, and we've joined the right groups, and go to meetings and try and involve ourselves fully in the funeral world now. Really, a small team of us. So yeah, it was just kind of accident, really. COVID, yeah, like I said, COVID was the sort of, it poked us in the right direction, but now we're fully on board with taking on other things too, designing anything, white label products, not just point of sale and print, but anything really that we'll turn our hand to and get involved in. Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting to hear the sort of the extra effort or the investment you've made into sort of truly refining a product. Yeah, cardboard coffins almost sounds like a joke when you've seen them in the press, but it's interesting to hear how much effort you've made in getting that product right. And I noticed on your other products, like you have a castle for kids to play in, so a sort of a pop-up castle.
Yeah.
And I noticed that your toys are sort of EN71 certified and tested. So again, there's a very sort of professional and I guess complicated and expensive process put through to things. So you can maybe talk more about why you got things tested, what you get tested, and how and why you do it. Really, rather you've taken your product up that level.
Yeah. Well, I think we were just trying to show the quality of what we were doing, really, and it's when we got into the toy side of things, we realized that there's ways to just release products without going through the testing process, and I think we wanted to show that our products are sort of well made and they've gone through the right process. And give people sort of self-assurance with what we're doing. I mean, the other thing was that cardboard is sometimes seen as a sort of a cheap material, and is this product I'm buying going to last and stuff like that. And I think going through the process of getting it officially tested hopefully gives people the confidence that our products are well made, and we're going through the right process. But yeah, we designed the products specifically to sort of outdo what was available. We thought, we looked at the weaknesses and things and the flaws and the drawbacks with cardboard products and stuff, and we just tried to avoid that. And we felt that getting that official testing done was a good thing to do, really, like sort of a legit part of the business. That's where we try and do it. The coffins as well, they're all tested too. I mean, we wouldn't be able to sell a coffin to anyone unless it was tested, and that process is long and quite expensive and really involved. It's very thorough, and we've got to be experts in making sure that we pass the test, because it's such an involved process, so all of that we hope comes across by the fact that we've got these rubber stamps on things. So that's where we've come from. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm imagining, particularly with the products that are sort of aimed at kids, the toys, I'm assuming that you have a lot of competitors that are making much more temporary product, much poorer quality product. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's what we learned quite early was you buy a cardboard or a paper type of product, and sometimes they don't even fit together. These kits you put together, and it's really frustrating. It's coming from Asia or somewhere, and it's all mass produced, and it just feels really throwaway. And we wanted to make a product that was sort of recyclable, but that wasn't throwaway. And they're sort of different things, really. The materials are recyclable, but the product doesn't have to be something that's going to last for 10 minutes either. It's not a cardboard box, and there's things, we've iterated the products quite a lot, and the catapult in particular is such a fun little product. And it's because we've gone through so many design cycles. We've now got this, really good quality product. And we hope to compete with the sort of stuff you see maybe in Hobbycraft and those sorts of places where, you get the castle. They do castles, but they're just white, and they're quite a lot of area for kids to color in, and kids get bored, so we've made our products, the color in parts are just specific areas, and we've put an like an I Spy sort of thing on the side of the products, and trying to stretch the length of it out with just some good design. It's still made of cardboard, yeah, but it's making sure that the kids are going to enjoy it for as long as possible before it's put in the recycling, so that's what we've aimed at.
That's good. And how do people find the products? Are they sold under the MoveWorks brand, a sub brand, or how? Yeah, I mean, the pictures I've seen look amazing. My kids are probably a little too old now, but yeah, I have to say, I've given you the shout out. Tell people where they can find them and see them, because they look great. So how are they sold?
Yeah, well, we've got Toy Tribe website. So if you search for the toytribe.co.uk, you'll find our website. And that's where all the toys are sold. We offer the products to families directly, but also to sort of retailers and people that want to stock. And we've had some success with that as well. People stocking our products and reselling on as well, which has been really good. And then obviously the Parley Green side of things is separate. It's weird because we do kids' toys and then sort of involved in sort of funerals. But Parley Green's got its own website as well. So if anyone was interested in sustainable sort of funerals and looking at the kind of level that you can get to with cardboard nowadays, it's amazing, really, the sort of the detail and the finish of things. So that can be searched as well as Parley Green, and you could, if someone was interested in that, they could talk to put it in their will, or put it in talk to a funeral director about those sorts of things as well. It's funny, there's such diverse things we make. You got kid stuff and end of life, but yeah, we try and separate them out.
Okay, so this podcast is very much looking at SME manufacturing. So if we drag it to manufacturing, which I guess you've just given me the perfect segue of two very different markets, but based upon well designed, well manufactured product. We talked about the design, we talked about the certification. As a manufacturer, what sort of difficulties do you have to overcome? What's the key secrets of your business?
Yes, the manufacturing is massive for us. We're not just a design agency. We're not outsourcing to Asia or anything like that. All of the products we make, we sell. As a big part of it is that we make it. We manufacture it and design it and control it and look after things and make sure the standards are good as well. So it all comes from the knowledge we've got of our equipment and knowing how best to use that, really. It is competitive, and it's difficult to compete with 20,000 cardboard toys that are bought from China at a low price, but we try and make sure that our products are just better quality by working with the equipment and working with the print quality and all of the things you can control when you're making the thing yourself. The way it's packed, the quality of the packaging, making sure that everything inside is right, and all of those things. Sometimes you get a toy and there might be a part missing because it's a cheap toy. It seems to be sort of overlooked, and we really didn't want to do that either. So all of those things is it's the benefit of having a really well equipped factory with some really good equipment, and people giving me the freedom sometimes to experiment with things. I play with what the machines are capable of, and what we can combine from moving from one machine to another machine, and what does that achieve, and move in the other direction, and all of these things. So that's kind of where we sort of would like to say we differ, and we can compete is on those things, really. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess for the point of sale displays, they've got to be constructible by somebody without any tools, maybe not particularly even that interested in putting it together, but then it's got to be robust enough to cope with customers putting things on and off it. And so I would imagine it's pretty challenging that you get a product that's easy put together but looks interesting and projects the brand qualities that display is meant to achieve.
That is funny. You say about the assembly, that is a big deal actually, because a lot of the stuff we make, it goes out flat, and someone needs to put it together that is under pressure, maybe doesn't understand the way we've designed things. We might always do something a certain way, but they might never see our designs. They get hundreds of displays delivered, and they're all built in different ways. So how can you make your design it's easy to understand, and all of those things? So we obviously do assembly instructions and stuff like that. We put things on YouTube if needs be. And the design challenge is difficult sometimes. We get asked to build. I got asked a few years ago to build a big pallet display for a energy drink, and the display itself needed to build within 15 minutes. It needed to be, it needed to look like a truck. It's an enormous display, and it needed to pack inside the boot of someone's car, and it needed all of these things. So it's more than just making sure that things fit together. It's making sure you can get all these other things resolved as well. Not sort of a lot of it's driven by graphics. Good graphics, you can achieve some good effects without necessarily building things. You can sort of cheat with graphical effects, and that's a good way of keeping the assembly time down on stuff. You don't want to make people's lives difficult in store. So yes, it can be difficult. So lots of different skills. Yeah.
Okay. We're rapidly approaching the end of the year, and I imagine some interesting point of sale displays in the stores. But if we go beyond Christmas, what does 2025 have in store for you? And by that I mean for you in person maybe, or for the business. What's exciting for next year?
Yeah, next year is looking really good actually for Parley Green, the coffin side. It's something we've really drilled down on the past sort of 2 years. We've really focused our products, reiterated a lot, and designed some new things. We've now got a really slick production line in the factory that we're hoping to sort of reproduce and duplicate. That's all been set up specifically for building one product, and it's something that we've had some experience with some of the POS as well. So the coffins is really stretching us, but we hope to be able to take a big bite of that market, I think, next year. The toys, I think we're sort of struggling with getting the price down to where people, some of the buyers in the UK want to see it, unfortunately. They want to, they love the sustainability side of things, but they're unwilling to pay for it to be made in the UK, it seems. It is more expensive sometimes. And even though it's a sustainable product, a sustainable, toy, it's all driven by the price, and they will still outsource to Asia or India or wherever they can get it made cheaper, really. And that is difficult to know where we're going to take it. But we still got our range, which is still going really well. I think our focus right now is, or my focus is on the Parley Green, the coffins, while also sort of supporting the rest of the business with retail and POS and all of those other things. So lots of plates to spin, I think, for the next year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's been interesting because I often say a lot of manufactured product isn't perceived by people as being something that's manufactured, but I think this has been a really interesting chat because we all see point of sale. Maybe we appreciate it, but we kind of don't see it as a manufactured product, and certainly not as a business that undergoes all the pains of competition and price and qualification and assembly instructions and maybe translating assembly instructions could help here. So it's been really interesting to understand what makes how the business works, and I thank you for your time. It's been brilliant.
Thanks, Mark.
I'll wrap up with I'll wrap up with the usual sort of comments that if you'd like to get in touch with the show with a comment, a suggestion, particularly if you'd like to appear in a future episode, please email us at inquiries@mtdcnc.com. Contact myself, Stuart Whitehead, or Joe Reynolds. And most importantly, I will thank you for watching. I'll say enjoy the rest of your weekend. Maybe go out and play with some cardboard. From me, Mark Weymouth at Plus Automation. Cheers. Have fun.